So I'm gonna have what's called a pre-week because I want to talk about something, but it hasn't happened yet. But I have decided to hop on the e-reader train. I ordered a Kindle. It'll be here tomorrow. I want to get back into reading books on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
There were two things that spearheaded this. The first of which was you describing your journey back through Berserk.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I would really love to read Berserk again. I, one, don't want to read it on a computer screen, which is how I read it the first time, because that was miserable and hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And the second of which is I don't have room in my life anymore to, bookshelf up a massive amount of new volumes, right? When I was a kid and I read all the time, I unironically had like 8 or 9 bookshelves, and the only reason that cut down to a point of feasibility is that there was a used bookstore in the town that I grew up in that would give me like good prices on all the fancy books that I would read. So I would just swap them out, right? So I want to get back into reading books. And the second part was not just Berserk. It was I was sitting on the internet and I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw what appeared to be a hot clip from a new fantasy TV show in which a young man wearing what looks like a shitty medieval outfit fires an arrow at a guy who looks like Lucifer from the TV show Lucifer, in that he's wearing like a suit, like a
Okay.
tailored suit, but his face is like a tree branch. And then the arrow goes into his face, and he's like, haha, he pushes it into his face, and it's CG. And it looks like the shittiest fucking crap I have ever seen. It looks like space at 3 o'clock after Relic Hunter with Tia Carrera.
Oh
Just
boy. Oh
just
boy.
trash.
The Relic Hunter Mortal Kombat Power Hour.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I click through and I go, what is this from? And I go, oh my god, that is from the Wheel of Time show. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
That physically hurts. It really, really hurts because I never finished that series, right? I read it and I was halfway through a book and then Jordan fucking died. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to give up now. Fuck this. And then like 10 years later or whatever, like Sanderson finished them. But I'm like, oh, I don't have those fucking books anymore. I can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I never finished them, and this is my thing, and I can't be smug about it because I didn't actually read Wheel of Time. I read about 2/3 of Wheel of Time. So I can't sit here and look at this terrible TV show and be the adequate amount of smug that I need to be about how much better the books were. Therefore, I need to go and read approximately 16,000 pages
There you
of
go.
a fantasy series that I started in 1991
Yeah.
so I can talk shit about this thing on Twitter.
The ultimate reason to go finish it, of course. To get to Spite Mountain afterwards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that was like 31 years ago that I started reading that, and then I stopped about 10 or 15. But I got to get back on the wagon. And yeah, you Wheel of Time, you got to restart because man, like it's big. It's stupid, stupid, stupid big. There's so many goddamn characters.
Well, everything I've seen about Kindles is super sick. Like
Yeah,
the
I
whole
asked some people around, and everybody basically recommended.
the e-paper thing they do with the screen is like the number one. Like, oh yeah, this is not going to hurt your eyes. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
It's weird
so I'm
because
excited for that, but at the same time, I don't have it. So what can I tell you?
there's something fun about the idea of like the newer, best, brightest screen technology actually being a problem for reading, and the need to go back to like Game and Watch technology,
Mm-hmm.
to basically be like, oh yeah, you need to be able to read and not fucking hurt your eyes, like that.
So one of the
It's an
things
interesting
that
branch.
really surprised me is I'm asking for recommendations for e-readers, and I decided to go with Kindle just because buying books off Amazon is by far the easiest. Um, and there are some folks going like, "Oh, that's so stupid. You get any Android tablet, you can like Kindle's can you can't even side load an app into it, yada yada." And it's like I'm getting it to read things. Reading things on a tablet fucking sucks.
Hmm.
It's terrible, especially at night. Like it's just awful.
Hmm.
Like I'm old now, sir. I'm almost 40. I need to protect my fucking 2020 vision by not blasting the brightest possible screen at myself at midnight when I want to read my stories.
Yeah, I think I said before that like the most brutal experience I've subjected myself to was reading JoJo on a Switch, on a Wii U tablet sideways.
God,
Like, because
that is
I
awful.
didn't have any other kind of tablet really, and like for to sit in bed and
Jesus
read it,
Lord.
that's all I could do. So I fucking scrolled on a goddamn Wii U tablet. Like it was
That
brutal.
is that is the worst reading experience I have heard in ages.
Yeah, no, blue light, no good, no good.
And then I found out that you can read the One Piece on the Kindle, so maybe I'll start reading the One Piece.
I hear that manga on Kindle is not as great, but I don't imagine it'll like be that much of a hindrance. I guess the idea would be like maybe some like more detailed spreads might not convey.
So I looked into it. The reason why manga on a Kindle is not as great is not about its presentation. It's about its ability to get like the Shonen Jump app, or it's about like acquisition.
Oh, okay.
It's not about presentation.
Oh, okay, okay.
There is like one Android e-reader that is like specifically touted as the best one for manga, but it's only like a minor improvement. It's just like Kindles can't do color, right? So your color spreads are going to be worthless, but like 99% of manga is in black and white. Um,
Okay.
it's really frustrating though, because when you're looking at like a video review on your LCD computer screen or your phone for a technology that is about having a different quality of screen, like you're watching people handle it in person and you're like, yeah, I can't fucking appreciate it. Looks like a fucking screen in the
Hmm.
video. Like how could, right? And I remember seeing somebody's Kindle back at the grocery store back before they had backlights and being like, oh wow, that looks pretty good. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and be a big adult and go into the book reading part of my life where I read things and know stuff that I didn't just
Yeah.
scam off the internet. I
I
feel
t-
that would be a good like direction for personal growth.
I have returned to the reading as well, and I am enjoying it. More on that one when we switch over. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like I need to like I remember going through like all of Carl Sagan's books and being like, man, I should have been a goddamn astrophysicist. Well, it's too late now. So I'll just read about people a lot smarter than me finding out cool stuff about Venus.
And just be like, I would have found it.
Yeah, I would have discovered global warming had I been born in 1952 and thought that space astronomy was cool and video games didn't exist, so I could focus my attentions on something that mattered.
There you go.
Oh well. Oh well. Hey, let me ask you a question, Wooly. Maybe this doesn't happen to you. Um, but do you ever have the situation where you fixate on something new that you want to do, some new hobby, some new item, some new whatever, right? And it will be 4 days from now that you will be able to go on the trip or go to the restaurant or read the book or whatever. And then every time you sit down to do something else, you're like, yeah, I fucking hate this. I want to do the thing that's in 4 days. Because I'm in that place right now. So, like, I did some streams. I was late a bunch. I got stuck all over the place. Oh, man, it's been such a month. Sorry, such a week. But, like, every time I sat down, like, oh, I'm going to play Sunbreak, right? Which came out this week. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fucking play Sunbreak. I want to start reading fucking Wheel of Time again.
Yeah, there you go. I went out to a field because there's supposed to be an area that was really great for kiting, and we went on a day where it was just unfortunately not windy enough, and it was kind of in this industrial park area that leads to like a nature park area, and it was anyway. We got up on a hill, and it just wasn't windy enough to get anything going.
It's not going to happen.
Huge disappointment. So at least I got the steps in for the day, but came back home and I've just been like, motherfucker, I've been denied a kiting session, and all I want to do is get back out at the next good weather and do a kite.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck in the same place that like surfers get into. Where,
you just gotta wait for
dude, let's go down for the weekend, and then you get there and you're like, great, the fucking surf is shit on the day that I assigned to it.
Yeah, when you get fucking kite blocked, there's nothing you can do. You're gonna yell at the sky? Like, you just have to go home, sad with your kite, sit there, and hope that tomorrow's a windier day.
You know, I don't mean to steer it back. I'm kind of fascinated what my reading speed is going to be, because I used to just tear through everything I could get my hands on. And I look back and I can't tell, did I read really quickly, or was I just such a pathetic loser that I didn't have anything else to do with my time? And I think it might have been both.
I remember when I was drawn in, and I got like, my aunt used to provide us with the books. She's a librarian, and she gave us reading material for our entire lives, and I would just read for fun, and then when I was bored or whatever, then I would stop. But it wasn't until I got into the D&D books, the Dragonlance series specifically, that I was like, I don't want to stop. And I would like go eat dinner quickly to run back to the room and keep reading. So to me, it was like, no, I'm trying to marathon these books.
It is absolutely crazy to me that that we both got way into the Dragonlance series of books. Like, I don't, and like, I'm just on a whim. I just typed in Dragonlance into fucking Amazon, and what do I see but Dragons of Deceit, Dragonlance Destinies Volume 1. This title will be released on August 2nd, 2022.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, really?
Hell yeah, they're going.
Like,
yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because there's people,
and it's a Tasselhoff fucking story.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Tasselhoff Burfoot.
Still.
He survives and he keeps it going even past the fallen moon. They because people like you and me that perhaps didn't get. There's a bunch of people like you and I that then ended up getting jobs where they had to stop being children. And so they stopped caring about all that. Yeah. But they still kind of have the memory of the thing that they enjoyed, and then that might still be an appeal if you want to go back and be like, oh shit, I remember Tasselhoff, I remember Karaman and Raistlin, like you want to, they are in that place. So I think basically, it's almost like when I think of with my brother, where it was just like we were into the same media up to a certain point, and then he has a stop where new media is no longer entering because media consumption is no longer the main thing that he's doing with his life. Therefore, you're just going to have a fond memory for those things and anything around them,
It's just like there was a period of, oh man, I really like this Dragonlance book, so I read it. And I would go to that used bookstore, and I would go, I wonder if they have any others. And the answer was they have more than I could ever conceivably fucking read in my
Yeah.
entire childhood.
Yeah, the wall-to-wall shelf of D&D books. I remember
And
with
it was
the
in a kind
marble
of
spine cover.
yeah, and it was kind of this place that a lot of people got into comic books when they got into comic books is like, well, what kind of comic do I want to read? Because
Hmm.
it's just functionally infinite. So I'm like, do I want to read one about dwarves? Here's 48 Dragonlance books that feature dwarves as primary protagonists.
Hmm.
Do I want the historical? Okay, here's Legend of Huma, then the Kaz the Minotaur
Oh, those
series.
are old. Those were I read those
Yeah,
back when I was
yeah,
still in.
I know, but like just even that, like,
Yeah. But dude, like
and now I'm
people like the thing you're describing, take anything that you currently still do that you did a long time ago, and it's just people never stopped. There's people that stayed in. You happen to stop and then you're looking back on it and going, "Holy shit." But it's like, yeah, in the same way that, I don't know, 14's been going for a while, or any other series that you've been like following adequately for the last 20 years. Yeah. There's parallels.
Dragons of Autumn Twilight came out in 2000. God, that was years and years after Summer Flame. Jesus fuck.
Yeah. And um if I'm not mistaken, that's from
Like
the yeah, because hold on a second.
I remember being in a place where I was reading so many
No,
of
Autumn
these
Twilight
fantasy
is 80,
novels.
84.
Really?
No, you're that 2000
Is that a
you're talking
reprint?
about a reprint. Like, yeah, no. Autumn
Okay.
Twilight is absolutely older than that. That doesn't make
Okay.
any sense because I
All right.
was in high school.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at Testa Twins and it's saying 2001 and I'm like, "Bullshit, that's 2001."
Test Time and
I,
Tale of the
I
Twins
read
are
that in fucking 92.
yeah. No, you're looking at reprints probably.
Oh, to somebody who's asking in the chat, good question. I got the Kindle Paperwhite signature edition because the different there's the Paperwhite and then there's the signature, and the difference between the two is one's 8 gigs and one's 32 gigs. And I'm like, what kind of fucking books are you reading that you would fucking need 32 gigs of storage? And then I look up and a single volume of Berserk is 950 megabytes. And I'm like, oh, that's what kind of fucking books you'd be reading in order. Like, okay, that answered my own question.
Um, yeah, but no, around the stuff that in my brain is considered like the new trilogies was like, yeah, the War
Yeah.
of Souls stuff, which was actually printed in 2000, and that's now 22 fucking years old. So, like, um, I think though, when it comes to Dragonlance specifically, there's still like, um, there's still only a handful of like trilogies that are like mainline things, and then all the rest is supplemental material, you know.
Yeah.
So kind of like old trilogy, prequel trilogy, new trilogy.
Yeah.
There's a tight collection of what is that? Maybe 9, 10 mainline books. Actually, hold on, more. That's more like 12, and then all the rest is supplemental.
And it's like, do I start reading Stephen King novels so I can have more to chat with my mom about because she's read every Stephen King novel
Damn.
and I've read 0?
See, but if you go down that road, then you're going to have to read about how they all connect, and you're going to have to, get drawn into the overall.
Then I get to be pissed off by decades of the shittiest adaptations possible. Just
get into that Dark Tower shit, yeah. And then you can watch the ones that he approved of, which are even worse. Where
Shawshank Redemption's pretty good.
apparently, I remember being told that like a lot of the Stephen King adaptations, like the ones that people like, tend to be the ones where they just stopped listening to him, and the ones that he approved of that were like made straight for TV are the bad ones.
Yeah, so like probably the wildest is that Stephen King does not like The Shining.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He thinks it's a bad movie. And it's like, shut up, Steven. Shut your fucking mouth.
You can also, like, I don't know, like, are you really ready to get, like, super into the world of creepy Maine?
Yeah, I'm in Pacific Northwest right now. So like there's some overlap on the there's weird shit out here vibes.
I hear bad things about Maine, but I hear them from Stephen King books. So,
It's I do like the idea that like the in the classical New England area of the United States, not the state of New England, but like 13 colonies New England, is that they got there and it's the new world and there's a bunch of weird shit that was already here
mhm.
that like the Catholics out east out in Europe, they kind of ground all that shit into the dirt after a couple thousand years, but all this new shit out here in America, oh, it's all sorts of zany fucking monsters.
Is it also this?
Wait,
Yeah.
New England is a state. Don't you
Yes.
motherfucker gaslights me. You pieces of shit. I'll fight every single one of. Wait, it's not a state? No. Is New England a state?
New England is a region comprising
God
of
damn,
6
it's a
states in the
region!
Northeast United States.
I thought New England was a state for sure.
Maine, Mass, NH, Rhode Island.
How could America
Connecticut.
gaslight me this way?
I
Damn
am-
you, America.
I am not gonna pretend that I knew that. I did not know that. I'm absolutely gonna be honest here and say that when I heard New England as a regular thing referred to, I did not know it as a region consisting of 6 states either. So,
Yeah, I thought it was a state.
well, there you
I
go.
feel highly gaslit. Well, at least I'll always have my Bernstein Bears.
So then, hold
I
on.
won't, will I?
Wait. Hold on. I'm curious because does that mean?
Oh, yeah. You know what? This is revenge.
So-
I retweeted a stupid meme that was a girl wearing a shirt that said gaslighting's not real, you're just crazy.
No, but that's pretty good.
It's the universe's revenge on me.
Okay, here's the reason why I also thought that. Because the New England Patriots is the name of the team, and
Then who the fuck
every
is
other
what fucking state are they?
every other team has a state before the name. Therefore, why would that have a region before the name? That's
Yeah,
what's confusing
where the-
about it.
Where the fuck are the New England Patriots from?
New England Patriots is how I've always known that team.
Massachusetts?
But they don't say the Massachusetts Patriots, right? So
Right.
that's the weird thing.
Or like a city either.
Yeah.
Like you say the Toronto Raptors or the Montreal Canadiens.
Philadelphia
or
Eagles,
whatever.
fair enough, right? That's
Right.
true. That's true. Oakland Raiders, yeah, okay. No, it's not always a state. Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
no,
but
fair enough.
even then, like,
Fair enough.
I don't get it.
City.
America, explain.
A lot of them are
Explain this,
cities.
America.
A lot of them are cities. That's that. Okay, there we go. Stupid. All right. A lot of them are cities. New England is not a city that gets, or is it?
You're
or
right,
Is,
it's not.
so then.
Don't.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm troubled. I'm troubled.
Yeah. Okay. That.
All right, well,
Fine. I thought there was a consistency to all the NFL teams' locations, but it seems that it can be multiple things, which is I never thought about that until this very moment.
yeah, pretty much. I've never really thought about it much at all. Oh, well. Well, book report start next week, so be excited for that. I think the most embarrassing thing that could possibly happen is I get it and get a bunch of books on it and then don't read anything and just expose myself as being a complete no attention span having fucking piece of millennial garbage. Um, so I'm definitely gonna read something.
When you do, like, don't have like sit down away from your phones and shit, and like don't have like
Oh yeah.
something playing on your headphones. Like
Oh no.
try to lock in on it. That's
Just
definitely
read book.
yeah yeah. Repair the attention damage that's been done by um, our
Everything.
our modern things. Cool.